There is a divine intelligence guiding you, moving through your life with purpose. You may look at your circumstances and feel abandoned, but I tell you, God has never left you. Every step you have taken, every trial you have endured, has been orchestrated to bring you to this moment. You are not alone. You are never alone. The very breath within you is proof of the divine presence that walks with you. Think back to the moments when you thought you wouldn't make it. The nights of doubt, the days of despair, the times when fear whispered that you were forgotten. And yet, here you are. Something carried you through, something greater than what your eyes could see. That is the power of God within you. That is the assurance that He did not bring you this far to leave you. Your journey is unfolding according to a higher vision. Do not be deceived by what appears to be delay or struggle. What you see is only a fraction of what is truly happening. The unseen forces of faith are shaping your reality, aligning everything for your highest good. Hold on to this truth. God's plan is not to abandon you, but to elevate you. Every challenge is not a punishment, it is a preparation. Every door that closed, every detour, every moment of waiting was designed to build you, not break you. You must see beyond what is in front of you. If you only trust what your senses tell you, you will live in fear. But if you awaken to the divine law that governs all things, you will stand in confidence, knowing that nothing in your life is by accident. You were created with intention. Your existence is not a mistake. The path you walk is not random. It has been laid out before you, and every obstacle is simply an invitation to believe in what you cannot yet see. Speak life into your situation. The words you declare shape the world around you. Do not say, "I am lost," for God has already set your course. Do not say, "I am forgotten," for He has engraved you on the palm of His hand. Do not say, "I am defeated," for the same power that raised the dead dwells within you. Lift your vision beyond your current reality. See yourself as God sees you, victorious, whole, and deeply loved. Faith is not merely hoping for a better tomorrow. It is knowing that tomorrow has already been written in your favor. The moment you align with this truth, everything begins to shift. You will see doors open where before there were only walls. You will witness miracles, not as rare occurrences, but as the natural unfolding of your belief. What you hold in consciousness becomes your experience. What you accept as true in your heart will manifest before your eyes. So do not waver. Do not entertain thoughts of doubt or fear. Do not look at your past and say, "I have come this far, but I don't know if I can go further." God would not have carried you this far only to abandon you. His work in you is not finished. There is still more for you to see, more for you to experience, more for you to become. You are standing on the edge of something extraordinary. Believe it, walk in it, and know that you are never alone. There is a great misconception that struggles signify abandonment, that hardship is proof of being forsaken. But the truth is, those who walk closest with God often face the greatest trials. The fire does not come to destroy you. It comes to refine you. Every experience in your life is shaping you, molding you into the divine image you were always meant to express. There are no accidents. Every loss, every rejection, every moment that felt like an ending was actually a beginning. You are being called to trust beyond what your physical senses can confirm. The outer world will always attempt to convince you that you are alone, that you are fighting a battle that cannot be won. But within you is the very presence of God, the infinite power that speaks worlds into existence. What is too difficult for Him? What circumstance could arise that He has not already made a way through? It is only your belief in limitation that makes it appear real. Fear has no place in the heart of one who knows their divine connection. Worry is an illusion, a trick of the mind that keeps you bound to the past. The moment you release your fear, the moment you surrender the need to control, you will see that you were never in this alone. Every step, every breath has been guided. even when you thought you were lost, even when you questioned whether you had made the right decisions. God was working through you, setting the stage for something greater. You must learn to see with the eyes of faith, to hold the unseen as reality, to believe that what is promised will surely come to pass. The world will tell you to rely on what is visible, to trust only in what is tangible. But what is seen is temporary. It is the unseen that is eternal. The circumstances you face today are not permanent. The struggles that seem insurmountable are merely passing shadows. Do not give them power by allowing them to dictate your belief. Instead, stand firm in the knowledge that God's word never fails. If He has led you this far, if He has carried you through the darkest nights, He will not leave you now. Look back on your life and see the evidence of His presence. Recall the moments you thought you wouldn't survive, the times when you felt abandoned, yet somehow you emerged stronger. That was not coincidence. That was not luck. That was divine guidance. That was the hand of God ensuring that you would not fall. And if He was with you then, He is with you now. Faith is not passive. It is not simply hoping for things to improve while dwelling in doubt. Faith is active, creative, and powerful. It requires that you speak life even when all you see is difficulty. It requires that you hold fast to your vision even when the world tells you it is impossible. The truth is, nothing is impossible for one who understands their divine nature. You were created in the image of the Creator, which means the same power that formed the heavens dwells within you. When you align with this truth, you will see mountains move, doors open, and miracles unfold in ways you never imagined. You must not allow temporary trials to shake your foundation. If you have been called to walk this path, you must walk it with unwavering certainty, even when the road is unclear, even when delays make it seem as though nothing is happening. Trust that everything is working in divine order. What you desire is already yours. What you seek is already on its way. It is not a matter of if, it is only a matter of when. Your thoughts, your emotions, your inner state, they all create the reality you experience. If you dwell in fear, you will see reasons to be afraid. If you dwell in faith, you will witness the manifestation of divine promises. The key is to remain steadfast, to refuse to accept anything less than the best God has for you. The moment you shift your inner world, your outer world must follow. It is a divine law that cannot fail. Nothing is wasted, not a single moment of pain, not a single delay, not a single challenge is without purpose. Every experience, whether joyful or difficult, is guiding you closer to the realization of who you truly are. You are not weak, you are not lost, you are not forgotten. You are the manifestation of divine love, walking this earth with a purpose far greater than you can yet see. Do not shrink back in fear. Do not allow doubt to whisper that you are unworthy. Do not let the voices of the world tell you that you are incapable. The only voice that matters is the one within, the still small voice that reminds you you are chosen, you are guided, you are supported, and above all, you are never alone. Even now, in this very moment, something is shifting. A breakthrough is unfolding, a path is being made clear, a blessing is being prepared. But you must believe it, you must accept it in your heart before it can appear in your world. Hold on to this truth. If God has led you this far, He will not leave you. If He has placed a vision within you, He will bring it to completion. Do not waver, do not doubt, walk boldly, knowing that you are walking in the fulfillment of His divine plan. There is a divine order at work in your life, a pattern so perfect that every step, even those that seemed like detours, was part of the greater plan. You have never been without guidance. You have never been abandoned. The presence of God moves through you, shaping your path, calling you higher, urging you to remember who you truly are. You are not here by chance. Nothing in your life has happened by accident. The delays, the struggles, the moments of doubt, all of it has been part of your refinement, preparing you for what is already yours. The world will try to convince you that you are alone, that you have to fight for every blessing, that what you seek is far from you, but this is the great illusion. Nothing is separate from you, the love, the abundance, the peace and the fulfillment you long for. It is already within you, waiting to be recognized. You do not need to beg God to move in your life. He has already moved. He has already spoken. He has already placed within you everything you need to walk in the fullness of His promises. Your task is not to strive, but to align. When you look at your circumstances, do not see them as obstacles. See them as the unfolding of something greater. What seems like a closed door is often a redirection. What appears as loss is often a clearing away of what no longer serves you. There is no moment in your life that is wasted, no experience that does not carry meaning. Even in what you perceive as setbacks, God is present, working, moving, aligning things in ways you cannot yet comprehend. You must rise above the limitations of the physical world and understand that what is seen is not all there is. The visible world is only a reflection of what has already been set in motion in the unseen. If you want to change your experience, you must begin within. Do not look at what is lacking. Do not focus on what has not yet appeared. Instead, fix your eyes on the truth that you are already provided for, already loved, already victorious. The more you dwell in this knowing, the more your reality will shift to match it. God does not bring you to the edge of possibility, only to leave you there. If you feel as though you are standing in the between, in the space where what you desire has not yet materialized, do not be discouraged. This is where faith is required. This is where you must stand firm, unmoved by appearances, unwavering in your trust that what has been promised will surely come to pass. There is no force in heaven or earth that can stop what God has ordained for you. The only thing that can delay it is your own doubt. You were not meant to live in fear. You were not created to struggle, to question your worth, to wonder if you are good enough. You have always been enough. You were formed in divine perfection, and nothing can alter that truth. The world may have tried to convince you otherwise. Circumstances may have made you feel small, unworthy, or forgotten. But that is not your reality. That is not your truth. You are here because you are meant to be here. You are walking this path because there is something within you that is meant to be expressed. Something only you can bring into this world. Do not shrink back when the road gets difficult. Do not allow temporary challenges to make you question what you know in your heart to be true. If you have made it this far, it is because you are meant to go further. If you have endured trials, it is because you are being strengthened for something greater. Do not mistake preparation for punishment. What seems like a delay is often divine positioning. You are being made ready for the blessings that are already yours. Speak as if your victory is already here. Walk as if your prayers have already been answered. Live as if everything you desire is already unfolding before you because it is. The moment you shift your belief, the moment you decide that you are already standing in the manifestation of what you seek, the world must rearrange itself to match that conviction. This is the law of faith. This is the power of knowing who you are. God's promises do not return void. His word does not fail. If He has placed a vision in your heart, it is because it is meant to be fulfilled. If He has given you a dream, it is because it is already yours in the unseen. You must not allow the noise of the world to drown out the quiet certainty that exists within you. You must hold fast to your vision, to your faith, to the knowing that what is meant for you cannot be taken away. Everything in your life is unfolding exactly as it should. Even when it feels uncertain, even when it seems as though nothing is happening, trust that everything is happening beneath the surface. Seeds do not sprout the moment they are planted. There is a season of waiting, a season of unseen growth. But just because you cannot see it does not mean it is not real. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust that you are exactly where you are meant to be. There is a power within you that cannot be shaken, a divine presence that cannot be diminished. It does not matter what the world says. It does not matter what circumstances appear to suggest. The truth remains unchanged. God did not bring you this far to leave you. He has never left you. He has never stopped working in your favor. You are walking in His plan, covered by His grace, sustained by His love. Trust in that knowing. Stand in that confidence. Move forward with unwavering faith, because everything you seek is already seeking you. The moment you understand that you are one with the power that created the universe, all fear disappears. The weight of doubt, the chains of uncertainty, the burdens you have carried for so long, they begin to fall away. You are not separate from God. You are not distant from His presence. His life moves through you. His breath fills your lungs. His wisdom flows in your mind. There is nothing that can separate you from Him, nothing that can remove you from His divine embrace. You have been conditioned to believe in struggle, to believe in lack, to believe that you must earn your blessings. But God's love does not need to be earned. His grace does not have conditions. It is already yours. The moment you let go of the belief that you must fight for what is already given, you will feel a shift in your spirit. You will realize that what you have been seeking has been within you all along. The kingdom of God is not outside of you. It is within you. The doors have never been locked. You have always had the key. Do not allow your mind to be consumed by what is missing. Do not dwell on what has not yet appeared. The mind that focuses on lack creates more lack. The heart that dwells in fear invites more fear. But the one who abides in faith, the one who stands firm in the truth that all things are already His, will see the evidence unfold before him. This is the secret that the world does not teach you. What you seek is not something to chase. It is something to accept. You are not here to struggle for your blessings. You are here to receive them. When you wake up in the morning, do not ask if today will bring what you desire. Declare that it already has. Do not wonder if God has heard your prayers. Know that He has. He heard you the first time. He heard you before you even spoke. Before you called, He answered. Before you asked, it was given. There is no delay in the spiritual realm. The moment you believe, it is done. The moment you see yourself as already possessing what you desire, the world must conform to your knowing. Faith is not hoping. Faith is not wishing. Faith is knowing. It is the deep, unshakable conviction that what God has promised is already yours. The world will tell you to look at your circumstances, to be realistic, to only believe in what you can see. But what you see is only a reflection of your past beliefs. If you wish to change your life, you must first change what you accept as true. You must see beyond what is visible and hold to the truth that exists beyond sight. Many people lose their way because they trust in what their eyes show them rather than what their spirit knows. They allow temporary struggles to convince them that they are alone. They allow delays to make them question whether God is still with them. But do you not yet understand? The delay is not denial. The waiting is not abandonment. What you perceive as waiting is simply the unfolding of the divine plan. The plan is long and the foundation must be laid before the house is built. The roots must grow before the tree bears fruit. And so it is with your life. What is meant for you is already prepared, already waiting. You are only being made ready to receive it. There will be moments when you feel tired, when the journey seems too long, when it appears that nothing is changing. But this is the test. This is where faith is required. Will you believe even when there is no evidence? Will you trust even when the world tells you otherwise? Because if you can hold firm in those moments, if you can stand unshaken in your knowing, you will see what few ever see. You will step into the reality that was always meant to be yours. Do not allow fear to have a place in your heart. Fear is only the absence of faith. It is the illusion that you are alone, the deception that you are without power. But fear has no truth in it. You have nothing to fear, for you are not walking this path alone. You are not left to figure things out on your own. God is with you in every step, in every breath, in every moment. He is in the whisper of the wind, in the stillness of your thoughts, in the quiet reassurance that rises from within you when you silence the noise of the world. He has never left you, and He never will. When you look at your life and see obstacles, when you see doors that appear to be closed, do not despair. What looks like a closed door is often divine protection. What seems like rejection is often redirection. You cannot see the full picture from where you stand. You see only a fragment, a single thread in the vast tapestry of your destiny. But God sees it all. He knows what must unfold before you step into what is truly meant for you. If you were to receive your blessings before you were ready, you might not be able to sustain them. If you were to step into the next season before you were prepared, you might not be able to handle it. Trust in divine timing. Trust that every delay is working for your good. Trust that even when things seem to be standing still, they are moving in ways beyond your understanding. Every great promise comes with a process. Every great blessing requires preparation. The seed must be buried in darkness before it can break through the soil and reach the light. The caterpillar must dissolve completely before it can emerge as a butterfly. Transformation is never comfortable, but it is necessary. If you are in a season of struggle, it is not because you have been abandoned. It is because you are being shaped. You are being strengthened. You are being prepared for what is coming. Look at the great figures of faith. Did they not all endure seasons of uncertainty? Did they not all walk through moments where they could not yet see the fulfillment of what was promised? Joseph was betrayed and imprisoned before he became a ruler. Moses wandered the desert before he led his people to the promised land. David faced giants and opposition before he sat on the throne. Their journeys were not easy, but their faith never wavered. They knew that if God had spoken a promise, it was already done, and so it is with you. The power that created the heavens and the earth is within you. You do not have to beg for what is already yours. You do not have to strive for what has already been given. You need only align yourself with the truth that it is done. Walk as if it is already yours. Speak as if you have already received it. Give thanks as if the manifestation is already before you, because the moment you truly believe, it will be. Do not waste another moment questioning whether you are worthy. Do not spend another second doubting whether you are capable. The very fact that you have the vision means that it is meant for you. The very fact that the desire is in your heart means it is already yours in the unseen. Your only task is to bring yourself into alignment with that truth. God did not bring you this far to leave you. He did not carry you through your darkest nights just to abandon you now. If He started this work in you, He will complete it. His word does not return void. His promises do not fail. If you are still here, if there is still breath in your lungs, then your journey is not over. There is more for you. There is greater ahead. Hold firm, stand tall, and know that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Your steps are ordered, your path is guided, and your victory is already written. There is no force in this universe that can take from you what God has already ordained. No delay, no setback, no obstacle can erase what has been written in the heavens for you. You may not see it yet, but is already moving. The unseen is just as real as the visible, and the moment you believe that, you step into the power that has been within you all along. Too often people let their circumstances dictate their faith. They look around and say, nothing is happening, and they allow doubt to creep in. But faith is the evidence of things not seen. Faith does not need proof. It does not need confirmation. Faith knows, and when you truly know, when you stand firm in your knowing, everything must shift to reflect that reality. The world around you is nothing more than a mirror of your inner state. If you walk in confidence, if you walk in the certainty that all things are working together for your good, then that is exactly what you will experience. God has placed power within you, power beyond what you can comprehend. You have the ability to create, to call forth, to transform. Every thought you dwell upon, every belief you hold, every word you speak, it all shapes the world around you. You are not merely here to endure life. You are here to shape it. And the moment you align with the truth of who you are, the moment you cast aside the false belief that you are powerless, you will see the evidence of God's promises unfolding before you. But this is where many falter. They want to see the change before they believe in it. They want proof before they take the first step. But that is not how faith works. Faith requires that you move forward even when the path is not visible. Faith requires that you trust, even when nothing around you seems to make sense. When Peter stepped out of the boat onto the water, it was not the water that held him up, it was his belief. The moment he doubted, he began to sink. The same principle applies to your life. The moment you doubt, the moment you allow fear to take hold, you begin to sink into despair, into worry, into limitation. But if you hold firm, if you refuse to waver, you will see miracles unfold before you. There is no mistake in your journey. Every experience, every challenge, every moment of waiting has been preparing you for what is ahead. Even the moments that felt like failure were never failures at all. They were lessons. They were stepping stones. They were necessary chapters in the story of your becoming. Nothing has been wasted. Nothing has been in vain. The pieces are coming together, even if you cannot yet see the full picture. You were not created to live in fear. You were not placed here to struggle. You were not meant to live in doubt, wondering if God is for you or against you. You were designed to walk in power. You were created to live in the fullness of God's love and abundance. The only thing standing between you and the life He has promised is your willingness to believe. Not just when things are easy, not just when everything is going your way, but even in the moments of silence, even in the waiting, even when you see no evidence at all. God has never failed you. Even in the moments when you thought He was silent, He was working. Even in the moments when you felt alone, He was carrying you. And if He has never failed you before, why would He start now? Why would He bring you through every trial, every battle, every storm, only to leave you now? That is not His nature. He is faithful. He is constant. He is unchanging. And what He has promised, He will fulfill. Close your eyes and see it done. Feel the reality of your answered prayers. Walk as if it is already yours. And as you do, watch as everything begins to shift. Not because you forced it, not because you struggled for it, but because you finally believed in what was already true. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Keep going. Keep believing. Keep standing firm in your knowing. The best is yet to come. The world around you is a reflection of your inner state. Every thought you entertain, every belief you hold, every emotion you nurture shapes the reality you live in. If you allow doubt to take root, it will manifest as delays and obstacles. If you let fear dictate your choices, you will find yourself trapped in the same cycles of limitation. But when you choose faith, when you choose to trust, even when nothing seems to be happening, you open the doors for miracles to flow into your life. God has placed dreams in your heart for a reason. They were not given to you by accident. The vision you hold inside you, the desires that call to you in the quiet of the night, are glimpses of the life you were meant to live. But for that vision to become reality, you must first believe in it. You must speak it. You must feel it. You must walk as if it is already done, because the truth is, it is already done. Everything you seek is already yours in the unseen. It is only waiting for you to claim it. Look at the great figures of faith throughout history. They did not see the fulfillment of their promises immediately. They walked through years of uncertainty, through tests and trials, through moments where everything seemed lost. But they never lost sight of the vision. They never let go of the promise. And because they held on, because they believed, even when the evidence was against them, the fulfillment eventually came. It is easy to trust when things are going your way. It is easy to believe when the doors are opening, when the blessings are flowing, when everything aligns perfectly. But the true test of faith is in the moments of silence, the moments when nothing seems to be changing, when every sign points to failure, when doubt whispers that maybe you were wrong to believe in the first place. This is where many give up. This is where most turn back. But this is also where the breakthrough is closest. You are not meant to live by what your physical eyes see. You are meant to live by what your inner vision knows. You must learn to close your eyes to the world's distractions and focus on the truth that has been planted within you. When you do this, when you stop reacting to circumstances and start creating from within, everything begins to shift. God does not place a dream in your heart without also giving you the means to fulfill it. He does not call you to something greater without also preparing the way. The fact that you desire it means it is already yours. The only thing left for you to do is step into it with unwavering faith. There will be moments when fear will try to hold you back. Moments when the enemy will whisper that you are not worthy, that you are not capable, that you should settle for less than what you truly desire. But those thoughts are lies. You were created in the image of the divine. You were designed with purpose, with greatness, with power beyond what you can comprehend. When you begin to see yourself as God sees you, you will no longer entertain thoughts of lack or limitation. Nothing that has happened to you has been an accident. Every experience, every challenge, every delay has been part of your preparation. You were being strengthened, you were being refined, you were being made ready for what is coming. Do not mistake the process for punishment. Do not mistake the waiting for abandonment. It is all working together for your good. Your thoughts have power. The words you speak have power. Every time you declare, I am blessed, I am favored, I am walking in divine purpose, you are aligning yourself with the truth of who you are. And as you hold that truth, as you refuse to waver, everything in your reality must shift to match it. The world may tell you that you need to see it before you believe it, but faith tells you that you must believe it before you see it. This is the secret that so many miss. They wait for circumstances to change before they allow themselves to feel peace, to feel joy, to feel gratitude. But the moment you choose to embody those feelings now, before the manifestation appears, is the moment you activate the power within you. The moment you activate the power within you. God did not bring you this far to leave you. He did not carry you through the storms, through the trials, through the nights of uncertainty just to abandon you now. He has been with you in every step, in every moment, in every breath. Even when you could not feel Him, even when you doubted, even when you wondered if He was still listening, He was there. And He is still here now. What you seek is seeking you. What you have prayed for is already making its way to you. The doors that appeared closed are about to open. The things that once seemed impossible are about to become reality. Not because you forced them, not because you struggled, but because you believed, because you held on, because you refused to let go of the vision that was placed within you. Keep walking. Keep believing. Keep knowing that everything you desire, everything you have prayed for, everything you have been waiting for is already yours. The promise has already been fulfilled in the unseen. Now it is only a matter of time before it appears before your very eyes. Hold on to the truth that God has never left you and never will. The journey may not always be clear. The path may not always be easy, but every step has been guided. Every moment has been preparing you for what is to come. Do not waver in doubt. Do not give in to fear. Stand firm in the knowing that what you seek is already yours. The vision placed in your heart was not an illusion. It is a divine calling waiting to be realized. Keep walking. Keep trusting. And soon you will see that everything was aligning for your highest good all along. God did not bring you this far to leave you. He brought you this far to show you that His promises are true, that His timing is perfect, and that your faith was never in vain. There is no situation so dark, no obstacle so great that God cannot make a way. What seems impossible to the human mind is but an opportunity for divine intervention. The walls that stand before you, the chains that bind you, the mountains that block your path, none of these can withstand the power of faith. When you believe, truly believe, the way will appear and what seemed immovable will dissolve before your eyes. The physical world reflects the inner world. If you see only obstacles, it is because your inner vision is clouded with doubt and fear. But when you awaken to the truth that God has already provided the way, even before you ask, your reality begins to shift. The Red Sea did not part when the Israelites stood in fear. It parted when they moved forward in faith. Their deliverance was waiting, but they had to take the first step. Yet though it is with you, the way is already made, but you must step into it. You are not trapped. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. The very moment you turn inward and surrender your struggle to God, a shift begins. It may not be visible to the natural eye, but deep within, the divine forces are rearranging circumstances, opening doors, and making the impossible possible. The prison you feel locked in is not real. It is the illusion of limitation. God does not see barriers, only possibilities. When you align with His vision, your world will transform. Do not wait for proof before you believe. Believe and the proof will follow. When you accept that God is working behind the scenes, preparing the perfect outcome, your fear loses its power. The walls of Jericho did not crumble because of human effort. They fell because faith demanded it. Speak to your mountain with unwavering certainty, and it will move. It is not your struggle that brings victory, but your absolute trust in the divine. God's way is not always revealed in advance. Often it unfolds step by step, each moment leading to the next in perfect order. Your task is not to figure out how it will happen, but to know that it already has. When you declare with full conviction that your path is clear, you will begin to see signs of its manifestation. The phone call, the opportunity, the unexpected help, it will come, and it will come at the perfect time. What once seemed like a dead end will become a passage. The sickness, the financial crisis, the heartbreak, these are not the end of your story. They are the moments before the breakthrough. When all seems lost, when every door appears shut, that is the exact moment God steps in. His ways are higher, His methods beyond comprehension, but His promise is unshakable. He will make a way where there is no way. It does not matter how long you have waited or how impossible it seems. The God who formed the stars, who commanded the light to shine from darkness, is the same God who is working in your life now. Open your heart, trust completely, and watch as the way is revealed before you. The breakthrough is already happening. The miracle is already on its way. Believe it, receive it, and walk forward in faith. There is a divine intelligence at work in your life, orchestrating every event, every circumstance, every so-called delay, to bring about a result far greater than you can imagine. When you stand at the edge of despair, thinking there is no way forward, that is the moment when the unseen hand of God is preparing your deliverance. The human mind sees limitations, but the spirit within you knows no boundaries. What appears to be an impossible situation is merely the unfolding of a divine plan you have yet to comprehend. You may be asking, how can I move forward when every door is closed? But the truth is, no door is ever truly shut to those who walk in faith. The obstacles you see are the illusions of the physical world, shaped by doubt, fear, and the belief in limitation. But the moment you shift your perception and recognize that God has already made a way, your reality begins to change. It does not matter how severe the situation appears. It does not matter if you have been told there is no hope. The world may say no, but God always says yes to those who align with His truth. The first step in seeing the way out of your impossible situation is to stop looking at the problem and start looking within. The answer is not in the struggle, not in the endless worrying, not in the desperate search for solutions. The answer is in the stillness, in the quiet confidence that God is already moving on your behalf. The moment you accept this, the burden lifts. You no longer carry the weight of uncertainty, for you understand that divine order is working in ways beyond human understanding. God does not require your effort. He requires your trust. The walls of Jericho did not fall because of human strength, but because of obedience to divine instructions. The sea did not part because of panic, but because of unwavering faith. Your situation, no matter how dire, is no different. The moment you stop wrestling with it and surrender it completely to God, things begin to shift. Solutions arise where there were none. A way forward appears in the midst of chaos. The prison doors swing open, not because you forced them, but because divine power has commanded it. Faith is not just believing that God exists. It is knowing that He is active in your life right now. It is the deep, unshakable conviction that even in the silence, even when nothing seems to be happening, the way is being prepared. The caterpillar may feel trapped in darkness, unaware that transformation is taking place, but in perfect timing, the cocoon breaks and it emerges as a butterfly. So it is with you. Your struggle is not permanent. What appears to be an ending is merely the preparation for a glorious new beginning. There is no situation too complex for God to resolve. There is no sickness He cannot heal, no loss He cannot restore, no door He cannot open. The key is not to ask how it will happen, but to trust that it already has. When you pray, do not plead as if you are separate from the answer. Instead, declare with confidence that your way is clear, that the impossible is being made possible, that you are walking in divine favor. Speak as though the problem is already solved, and watch as reality conforms to your faith. Your words carry power. Every thought, every declaration, every emotion shapes the world around you. When you declare that you are stuck, you reinforce that reality. When you affirm that nothing is working, you align yourself with struggle. But the moment you shift your words and declare that God is making a way, that miracles are unfolding, that doors are opening, everything begins to change. It is not magic. It is divine law. The moment you see beyond the illusion of limitation, the prison doors swing open. The chains fall off, and you step into the freedom that was yours all along. Do not let fear dictate your vision. Fear will always show you walls, closed doors, and reasons why you cannot move forward. But faith reveals the path beneath your feet, the light in the darkness, the invisible hand guiding you. The moment you choose to see through the eyes of faith, your entire world shifts. What once seemed like a dead end becomes a gateway to greater blessings. The pain you endured becomes the foundation of your strength. The delay you resented becomes the very thing that positioned you for something greater. The world will tell you that you need proof before you believe, but God tells you to believe before you see. This is the essence of faith. When the Israelites were told to march around Jericho, there was no visible sign that the walls would fall. When Jesus told the sick to rise, there was no physical evidence that healing had occurred until they obeyed. Your breakthrough is waiting for you to step into it, to act as if the way is already made. The moment you walk in the certainty of divine provision, miracles unfold before you. Your impossible situation is not meant to break you. It is meant to awaken you. It is meant to lift you beyond human reasoning and into the realm of divine understanding. Every great victory comes after a moment that seemed insurmountable. Every answered prayer comes after a season of waiting. But those who refuse to give in to doubt, those who stand firm in the conviction that God is making a way, will always see the impossible bow before them. Do not measure your future by what your physical eyes see. What you see is temporary, but the unseen is eternal. The delays, the struggles, the closed doors, they are not permanent. The moment you stop fighting against them and start trusting in divine order, they lose their hold on you. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are not at the mercy of external conditions. You are a child of the Most High, and He has declared that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. No obstacle can stand before the power of God working within you. The answer is already here. The way is already made. The miracle is already unfolding. Do not wait for the evidence to believe. Believe now, and the evidence will follow. Speak as if the victory is already won, and you will walk into it. Move forward with absolute confidence, knowing that the hand of God is clearing the path before you. What once seemed impossible is bowing to the power of faith. Your breakthrough is inevitable. Your way is opening. Walk boldly, for God is leading you into something greater than you have ever imagined. There is no obstacle that can withstand the power of faith. What seems like an impossible situation to you is already being worked out by divine hands. You may look around and see no way forward, but that does not mean the way is not there. It simply means you have not yet aligned yourself with the vision of God. When you stop relying on your own understanding and surrender to His higher wisdom, you will see what was hidden from you before. The walls before you are not real in the eyes of God. They are only as strong as your belief in them. The moment you believe in the way instead of the obstacle, the way will reveal itself to you. You may be surrounded by circumstances that tell you there is no way out. The bills are piling up. The diagnosis is grim. The opportunities seem scarce. Every direction you turn, you see resistance. But that is not the final word. The physical world is not the ultimate reality. It is merely a reflection of the state of your faith. If you accept what you see as permanent, you close yourself off to the miracle. But the moment you declare that God has already made a way, even before you see it, the foundation of your circumstances begins to shift. The unseen forces of the divine begin to move on your behalf, aligning events, opening doors, preparing a breakthrough that will come in ways you never expected. You must choose today whether you will believe in the problem or the promise. The problem shouts at you, demanding your attention, pulling you into fear and doubt. But the promise whispers in your heart, steady and unshaken, reminding you that God never fails. Every miracle begins with someone who refuses to accept the limitations of the world. Every breakthrough happens when someone decides that faith is stronger than fear. The Red Sea did not part for those who stood still in doubt. It parted for those who stepped forward despite their fear. You must do the same. You must walk as if the way is already made, and you will find that it is. Faith is not passive. It is not sitting back and waiting for a sign. Faith is action. It is speaking the victory before it happens. It is walking as though the walls have already fallen. It is rejoicing before the miracle arrives. When you align yourself with this truth, when you live as if the way is already open, you invite the impossible to bow before you. The world responds to what you believe, not to what you wish for. If you believe in lack, you will see lack. If you believe in struggle, you will see struggle. But if you believe that God has already provided, your reality will begin to mirror that truth. God's way is never the way of the world. The world tells you that you need resources before you move forward, that you need evidence before you believe. But God says, believe first, and the evidence will follow. The world tells you to fear the unknown, but God tells you that He has already gone ahead of you to prepare the path. The world tells you that you are trapped, but God tells you that you are already free. Which voice will you listen to? The moment you choose to trust in divine provision over human limitation, you step into a reality where miracles are not only possible, they are inevitable. There is no delay in divine timing. What appears to be a delay is often preparation. The seed does not break the ground the moment it is planted. It grows in silence in the unseen realm until the moment comes when it bursts forth into the light. So it is with your breakthrough. Just because you do not see movement does not mean nothing is happening. Trust that every prayer has been heard, every step of faith has been noted, and every obstacle is already being dismantled in ways you cannot yet see. Fear will always try to convince you that you are alone, that no one sees your struggle, that nothing will change. But that is the greatest lie of all. You are not alone. You have never been alone. Even in your darkest hour, the divine presence has been guiding you, whispering to you, making a way where there seemed to be none. The battle is not yours to fight. It is already won. The moment you stop fighting and start trusting, the battle dissolves. The moment you let go of worry and hold on to faith, the answers come. The moment you stop looking at the impossibility and start declaring that God is making a way, you step into the reality of the miracle. Do not wait for the situation to change before you believe. Believe now and the situation will change. Do not wait for the breakthrough to rejoice. Rejoice now and the breakthrough will manifest. Everything is unfolding according to divine order. Nothing is out of place. Every closed door, every delay, every difficulty is positioning you for something greater than you can imagine. Your part is not to figure out how it will happen. Your part is to stand in unwavering faith, knowing that it already has. The greatest transformations happen when you surrender completely to divine will. When you release the need to control, the need to understand, the need to see immediate results, you allow God to work freely in your life. There is nothing outside of His reach. There is no challenge too great, no burden too heavy, no path too lost for Him to restore. When you align yourself with divine truth, you become unstoppable. No force of darkness can stand against the light within you. No limitation can remain when you declare that God is your source. No fear can hold you when you walk in the assurance that all things are working together for your good. Your mind may tell you that your situation is too difficult, that your past mistakes have disqualified you, that you have waited too long, but none of that is true. There is no situation beyond redemption. There is no failure that cannot be turned into victory. There is no loss that cannot be restored. The moment you accept that God's power is greater than any challenge you face, your circumstances begin to align with that truth. The healing begins. The opportunities arise. The doors that were once locked begin to swing open effortlessly. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are standing at the threshold of a miracle, and all that is required of you is faith. Speak as if it is already done. Walk as if the way is already open. Rejoice as if the answer has already arrived. The power of God is moving in ways you cannot see, working through situations you thought were hopeless, bringing you closer to the breakthrough that has already been set in motion. Stand firm. Do not waver. Do not be moved by what your eyes see, but by what your heart knows to be true. The way is open. The answer is here. Your victory is certain. Keep moving forward, for the impossible has already been made possible. Your reality is not shaped by what is happening around you. It is shaped by what is happening within you. Every limitation you see in your life is only a reflection of the limitations you have accepted in your mind. The moment you change your belief, the moment you declare that God has already made a way, the barriers begin to fall. You are not bound by circumstances. You are not trapped by what appears to be an impossible situation. You are being prepared for something greater. What looks like a dead end is only the foundation for a divine breakthrough. The delay is not denial. It is alignment. The waiting is not punishment. It is preparation. You may feel that time is running out, that you have been waiting for too long, that nothing is changing. But the truth is, the moment you plant the seed of faith, the harvest begins to form in the unseen. You do not need to know how it will happen. You only need to know that it will. The same power that parted the Red Sea, the same power that made water flow from a rock, the same power that multiplied 5 loaves and 2 fish to feed thousands, is the power working in your life right now. It does not matter what the world says is possible. It only matters what God has already declared. Every time you declare that there is no way, you limit yourself from seeing the way that is already before you. Every time you speak defeat, you align yourself with the very obstacles that are trying to hold you back. But the moment you speak in faith, the moment you declare that God has already provided, the moment you walk as if the answer is already here, the impossible begins to move. Doors you never knew existed will open. People you have never met will be positioned to help you. Resources you never expected will find their way to you. The whole universe will shift to make room for the manifestation of what you have believed. God does not need logic to work a miracle. He does not need perfect conditions. He does not need human approval. He does not need the situation to make sense. When He says it is done, it is done. Your only task is to align yourself with that truth. You do not need to struggle. You do not need to fight against what is unfolding. All you need to do is surrender in faith, to trust in the unseen, to know with absolute certainty that the way is already made. The biggest enemy of your breakthrough is doubt. The moment you entertain doubt, you begin to undo the work that has already begun. The moment you let fear take root, you delay what has already been set in motion. But when you stand firm, when you refuse to be moved by what your eyes see, when you hold on to faith even in the midst of uncertainty, nothing can stop what God has ordained for you. Every great move of God begins with someone who dares to believe when everything around them says otherwise. You do not need to wait until everything is perfect to act as if your prayer has been answered. You do not need to wait until you see evidence before you celebrate. You must rejoice now. You must walk now. You must act as if it is already done now, because in the realm of divine, it is already finished. The moment you align yourself with that reality, the manifestation follows. There are no limits in God. There are no restrictions. There are no impossible situations. What seems like an end to you is only the beginning of something greater. What seems like a loss is only a setup for restoration beyond what you can imagine. Your part is not to worry about how it will happen. Your part is to believe, to trust, to stand firm, to hold on to the promise even when everything around you contradicts it. Do not let the voices of fear drown out the voice of truth. Do not let the opinions of others shake your faith. Do not let temporary struggles make you forget that your victory is eternal. Everything that you are facing right now is preparing you for something beyond what you can comprehend. Every challenge, every delay, every closed door is working together to bring you into alignment with the breakthrough that is already yours. Stop looking at what is missing and start thanking God for what is already done. Stop waiting for signs and start declaring that the way is already made. Stop doubting and start walking as if it is already yours. The power that created the universe is the power that is working in you now. There is nothing too great, nothing too difficult, nothing too far gone for God to restore, renew, and transform. Your situation is not permanent. Your struggle is not eternal. Your circumstances are not the final say. The final say belongs to the one who created all things, and He has declared you are victorious. He has declared that the way is open. He has declared that you are already free. Walk in that truth, live in that truth, declare that truth, and watch as the impossible bends before the power of your faith. It does not matter what the world says. It does not matter what statistics say. It does not matter what the odds are. When God speaks, everything shifts. When God moves, no force in the universe can stand against it. When God opens a door, no one can shut it. And He is opening doors for you right now in ways you cannot yet see, in places you never expected, through paths you never imagined. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not without a way. The way is already before you. Step into it with confidence. Believe in it with all your heart. Speak it into existence. Rejoice as if it is already done, because it is. You are not meant to live in limitation. You are not meant to be bound by circumstances. The same power that spoke the world into existence is the power that is breathing life into your situation right now. There is no need to struggle. There is no need to worry. There is only the need to trust that the way has already been made. The moment you shift your awareness from lack to abundance, from fear to faith, from impossibility to certainty, the reality around you will conform. The world is only a reflection of what you accept as true. If you accept struggle, you will experience struggle. If you accept delay, you will experience delay. But if you accept that God has already made a way, then no force in existence can block what is meant for you. Every time you wake up and say, "I don't see a way," you are reinforcing the illusion of limitation. Every time you declare, "Nothing is working out for me," you are aligning yourself with delay. But the moment you say, "God has already provided," the moment you say, "My way is already open," the moment you act as if your blessing is already here, the world must respond. You do not need to force it. You do not need to chase it. You only need to align yourself with it. There is no power in the universe greater than the power that resides within you. That power does not beg. That power does not struggle. That power simply speaks, and it is done. You may think you are waiting on God, but God is waiting on you to step out in faith, waiting on you to believe without doubting, waiting on you to walk as if the promise is already fulfilled. Too many people wait for conditions to change before they believe. They wait for signs before they act. But the divine does not work that way. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. That means you must have the evidence in your heart before you see it in the physical world. You must rejoice before the miracle manifests. You must move before the door opens. You must prepare as if the answer has already arrived. If you truly knew that your breakthrough was guaranteed, how would you act? If you truly believed that your prayer had already been answered, how would you live? Would you worry? Would you stress? Would you doubt? No, you would move in confidence. You would wake up with peace. You would walk in joy. You would speak with certainty. That is the secret. That is the key. To live as if it is already done. Because in the unseen realm, it is. God does not operate by human logic. He does not need resources to be in place before He blesses you. He does not need conditions to be perfect before He moves. He does not need approval from anyone to bring your vision to life. When He declares it is already complete. But you must step into that completion with faith. The moment you begin to waver, the moment you begin to question, the moment you allow fear to creep in, you slow down the manifestation of what is already yours. But when you stand firm, when you refuse to accept anything less than the promise, when you declare without hesitation that the way is open, there is no force that can stop what has already been decreed. People may look at your situation and say it is impossible. They may tell you to be realistic, to accept what they see as the truth. But what they see is not the final reality. What they see is only a reflection of past thoughts and beliefs. Your future is shaped not by what has been, but by what you now choose to believe. The world has no power over you. Circumstances have no authority over your destiny. The only thing that matters is what you accept in your heart as true. When you know without a doubt that your way is open, then it must be so. Too many people give up too soon. They pray for a miracle, but when they do not see immediate results, They let doubt creep in. They allow their current reality to dictate their faith. But faith is not about seeing. It is about knowing. Faith does not say, I will believe when I see it. Faith says, I believe it, and because I believe it, I will see it. That is the divine law. That is the unshakable truth. Everything that exists was once unseen. Every breakthrough, every blessing, every miracle was once a thought, a belief, a certainty in someone's heart before it manifested in the physical world. You must stop looking at your situation through the eyes of limitation. You must stop measuring your future by what is happening now. You must stop allowing your faith to waver because of temporary conditions. The moment you say God has already made a way, and you refuse to accept anything else, the way begins to reveal itself. It may not come how you expect. It may not unfold the way you plan, but it will come. It must come. That is divine law. That is spiritual truth. God is not bound by time. He is not limited by human understanding. He is not restricted by natural laws. What seems impossible to man is nothing to God. What seems too far gone to the world is nothing in the hands of the Creator. There are no closed doors in God's kingdom. There are no barriers too strong for His power. There are no situations beyond His ability to change. The moment He speaks reality, the moment He moves, all opposition crumbles. The moment He declares it is finished, you are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not trapped. The way is already made. The answer is already here. The blessing is already released. You must align yourself with this truth. You must reject every thought that contradicts it. You must silence every voice that speaks against it. You must declare with absolute certainty that God has already done it. And as you walk in that faith, as you move with that assurance, as you live in that conviction, you will see the impossible bow before you. There is no situation too big for the power of God to transform. No obstacle is permanent unless you believe it is. What seems like an impossible wall before you is nothing but an illusion waiting to be dissolved by faith. The moment you stop agreeing with limitation, it loses its grip. The moment you decide that you will no longer accept struggle as your portion, the doors begin to open. You do not need to know how. You do not need to figure it out. That is not your job. Your job is to believe. Your job is to declare that the way is already made. Your job is to move in expectation, not hesitation. When you do this, the mountains move, the rivers part, and the barriers that once held you back crumble before you. Do not let circumstances dictate your faith. Do not let what you see with your physical eyes convince you that things are not changing. There is more happening in the unseen realm than you realize. Just because you cannot see it does not mean it is not unfolding. The seeds of your breakthrough have already been planted. The shift has already begun. You are not waiting for God to move. He has already moved. The only thing left is for you to align yourself with His truth and receive what has already been prepared for you. Doubt is the only thing that can delay what is already yours. Fear is the only thing that can keep you in the same place. The moment you release all hesitation, the moment you stand firm in your knowing, the unseen begins to take form. Everything in life follows the law of faith. If you believe you are stuck, you will stay stuck. If you believe things are getting worse, they will. But if you believe that your breakthrough is inevitable, if you declare that your blessing is already here, if you walk as if you are already free, then freedom must manifest. It does not matter how long you have been waiting. It does not matter how many times you have tried before. It does not matter what anyone else says. What matters is what you decide right now. Will you continue to allow fear to dictate your life? Will you continue to believe in impossibility? Or will you step into the power that has been given to you, the power to shape your reality, the power to command things to shift, the power to stand firm and know that what has been promised cannot be denied? Many people wait for a sign before they believe. They wait for doors to open before they take a step. But faith does not wait. Faith does not hesitate. Faith moves forward even when there is no visible path. That is the secret. That is how mountains move. You must act as if the way is already open. You must speak as if the answer is already here. You must walk as if the victory has already been won. Because the truth is it has. The moment you align with this, everything changes. Thought is not limited by time, and neither are you. What may seem like delay is only an illusion. What may seem like an obstacle is only a test of your faith. The moment you shift your perspective, the moment you see beyond the physical and into the unseen, you will realize that nothing has ever been withheld from you. The only thing that was missing was your alignment with it. The moment you stop asking how and simply trust that it is done, the way is revealed. You do not need permission to step into your blessing. You do not need approval from anyone to walk into what has already been promised to you. The only thing you need is the certainty that it is already yours. Speak, declare it. Stand in it. No more waiting. No more wondering. No more doubting. The way is open. The path is clear. Now walk in it with full confidence, knowing that nothing can stop what God has already set in motion. You are not here by accident. You are not in this moment by chance. Every challenge you have faced, every hardship you have endured, has brought you to this exact place, and in this place you have a choice. Will you continue to believe in struggle, in lack, in limitation, or will you open your heart to the truth that has been waiting for you all along? The truth that you were never meant to suffer, the truth that you were never meant to be stuck, the truth that the door was always open, but you had to believe it to see it. God is not withholding anything from you. There is no force working against you, no unseen enemy keeping you bound. The only chains that exist are the ones you have accepted. The only barriers in your way are the ones you have agreed to. The moment you reject them, they lose all power. The moment you decide that you will no longer live according to struggle, everything shifts. You do not need to earn your freedom. You do not need to prove your worthiness. You were already chosen. You were already approved. The moment you accept this, the moment you walk in it with unwavering faith, everything must align with the truth you have. You may look at your situation and think, but I have tried before, I have prayed before, I have believed before, and nothing changed. But that is not true. Everything changes the moment you decide it has changed. The moment you declare with complete certainty that your breakthrough is already here, it must manifest. Not tomorrow, not next week, but now. Because the only time that exists in the realm of faith is now. When you say, one day I will be free, you are pushing your freedom into the future. When you say, one day my situation will change, you are delaying the very blessing that is already available to you. But when you say, it is done, it is mine, the way is open now, the entire universe responds, everything rearranges itself to match the truth you have claimed. You are more powerful than you've been told. You are more capable than you have believed. The authority to change your life has been in your hands all along. You do not need external proof. You do not need anyone to validate your faith. You simply need to stand in it, speak as if it is already done, move as if the path is already clear, feel as if you have already received it, and watch as the impossible bends to your belief. God has always made a way. He has never failed. There has never been a situation too great, a challenge too overwhelming, a problem too complicated for Him to solve. But the way is only revealed to those who trust. The way is only visible to those who refuse to be swayed by fear. That is why faith is not just a concept, it is a law. The law that governs all things. The law that says what you believe you will receive, what you expect you will experience, what you claim you will see. The greatest trap is waiting for things to change before you believe they have changed. That is not faith. That is doubt disguised as patience. Faith does not wait for evidence. Faith does not wait for permission. Faith moves forward as if the way is already made, and in doing so, it creates the very reality it expects. This is how miracles happen. This is how breakthroughs unfold, not by waiting, not by hoping, but by knowing. The moment you stop seeking signs and start living in certainty, everything shifts. The moment you stop asking for proof and start walking in expectation, doors open. You do not need to beg for what is already yours. You do not need to plead for what has already been promised. You only need to rise up in full confidence, knowing that the impossible has already been made possible, and walk in that truth. Doubt will try to creep in. Fear will try to whisper lies. Your physical reality may still show signs of struggle, but none of that matters. What matters is your inner state. What matters is what you hold on to in your heart, because your reality is only a reflection of what you believe most deeply, and the moment you shift your belief, your reality must follow. There is no need to struggle. There is no need to force anything. The moment you surrender to the truth that is already done, peace washes over you. Worry disappears. Anxiety fades. Because you are no longer hoping, you are knowing. You are no longer waiting, you are receiving. You are no longer lost, you are found. Everything is aligning for your good. Every closed door was protection. Every delay was preparation. Every challenge was shaping you. And now the time has come. Not tomorrow, not someday, now. The way is open. The impossible is being undone. The only thing left is for you to step forward in absolute faith, knowing that you are already standing in your answered prayer. Stand firm in the knowing that God has already made a way for you. There is no need to wait, no need to question, no need to doubt. The moment you align with the truth that your breakthrough is here, it must manifest. Walk with confidence, speak with certainty, and move as if every obstacle has already been removed. The impossible is only impossible to the mind that refuses to believe, but to the one who stands in unwavering faith, all things are possible. Your blessing is not in the future. It is now. Your freedom is not on the way. It is here. Trust it, claim it, and walk boldly into the life that has already been prepared for you.